I was a Ben Wheatley fan back just over 10 years ago now. I was very fond of both this film and 2011's Kill List. And then I was very keen to view High Rise, which I watched with Noel Oakeshott. We both considered it disappointing. I'm vaguely more fond of it now. Its witless reductionism of Ballard's writings has some fascinating production imagination, to be certain at least. And then Oakeshott disdained Free Fire, whereas I celebrated it. I still would so. I wasn't as into Sightseers, it's alright, and I haven't seen the latest four features, including Meg 2. We've come a long way, haven't we, Ben? I will have to watch that eventually. It is going to happen. You might even hear about it. I'm not as keen to watch the Rebecca remake of The Four, though. It looks like a bland remake of what was already one of Hitchcock's least interesting canonized films, and one which is only interesting because of his direction/aesthetics anyway. Lead performers are good, obviously. Their dialogue is not particularly iconic. So today we'll focus upon A Field in England, arguably the best of Wheatley's films, that or Kill List, which I have seen anyway. One of the most viscerally entertaining and potentially accessible of any film which is seeking to homage Ken Russell, A Field in England is playfully nihilistic and way into existentially charged psychedelic cinema, Hellman's The Shooting in the English Civil War, or any number of Bergman polemics, via a shameless series of black English comedy miseries, grounding the film's capacity for entertainment despite the taxonomically experimental influences. It adorns those, too, like a reef of culty favourites, sometimes maybe honing in on what one adores so much can compose a film which is so evidently a partial homage, but it is also aggressively specific, undeniably distinct, leaving Wheatley and his screenwriter and good friend Jumper to chart more unexplored original territory with subsequent films. Now, I felt Highwise was the somewhat wrong direction, sadly, Free Fire better. We'll see how I feel about the later films, though three of the four, I'm happy to say, seem like I would likely enjoy them, so I'm excited for those, yes. If you haven't seen A Field in England, hopefully this sells you on it. I'd recommend it to more people than I might expect, knowing how those same could feel about Ken Russell, folk horror films, or black and white punk theological gothicism, thanks to one of the more likeable English language screenplays of the 2010s, fused with spellbinding direction and Laurie Rose. Some of the best, least tacky, neo-black and white photography of this century thus far. Everyone involved. I'll buy you beers all night. I won't even be drinking. I'm too scared to embarrass myself. I can do that sober, I'm sure. Hope you are all well. Thanks again. Be forever effortlessly joyful.